Welcome to Info Nympho's episode on punches.
I've got hit him in the nose or your other lunches. Watch as this angry jerk's fist scrunches. From a mugging to brilliant math hunches. To hit this hard he does a lot of crunches. But first, this monkey's getting loved by the bunches. Punches. Punch the monkey. An unfortunate name that the other monkeys took as a cue. He was actually named after the manga artist Monkey Punch, who created Lupin III. As you probably already know, because he's bigger than Jesus and the Beatles combined, Punch was rejected by his mom, which can happen with inexperienced macaques. She was a first-time mom. The zookeepers were looking after Punch and tried to reintegrate him, but he was not too welcome, which is also pretty normal. If you've seen the Planet of the Apes movies, you know they can be real dicks sometimes. This is when the zookeepers introduced his plush best friend / mom from IKEA, which is now sold out at every store. There are lineups at Punch's Zoo, but it's worth it because you might just get a chance to see him with his new friend he's made. I just don't want this to end badly for Punch. We all forgot about Moo Dang when she got older and less cute, and now she's a crack addict. Punches! No one can survive the punch of One Punch Man. Hell, he punched through a giant meteor. How did he get such strength?
100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and 100 squats! Then a 10-kilometer run!
That actually seems pretty doable. I'm starting today, or maybe tomorrow. One cannot think of powerful punches without thinking of the 1-inch punch, popularized by Bruce Lee and Kill Bill. The 1-inch punch uses Fa-Jin, or explosive power. It comes from your feet and core. Mythbusters did an episode on the 1-inch punch, comparing it to a conventional punch. The 1-inch punch was delivered by a martial arts expert trained by one of Bruce Lee's students. The regular punch measured 325 pounds force. The 1-incher only 153. The UFC has a PowerKube that records the power of a single strike. The strongest punch currently is Eddie Hall's with a score of 208 force.
208!
Here he is breaking an arcade punch machine. Some argue it is more about where you hit the sensor than actual strength. I feel it is far more enjoyable when you miss the sensor completely. Punches! All Jason Padgett cared about was partying and women, until one day he walked out of a karaoke bar and somebody punched him in the back of the head. When he came to, there were 2 guys punching and kicking him. At the hospital, he was diagnosed with a bruised kidney and a mild concussion. However, in reality, his brain had changed forever. His social anxiety went through the roof, putting up 4 layers of blankets on all of his windows, and he developed OCD, washing his hands 20 times in 30 minutes. He also started seeing the world pixelated. Everything was organized into mathematical shapes. He began sketching circles made up of overlapping triangles that helped him understand pi. Jason had acquired savant syndrome. Basically, people suffer some sort of brain trauma and then develop superpowers. Orlando Sorrell got hit in the face with a baseball and could suddenly recall every day in his life down to what the weather was like outside. Derek Amato hit his head on the side of a pool and then sat down at a keyboard and played complex chords for 6 hours. He'd never played the piano in his life. Jason went back to school and got a degree in mathematics, married a fellow student, and wrote a book, Struck by Genius. Here's what his wife looks like. Punches! Viral punches. This kid has been memeified for punching this kid. There was an anti-ice protest at their high school, and the punchee held a sign that said, "I love ice." Perhaps he just really liked frozen water.
Yeah, I'm going to punch you.
You're gonna punch me?
Yes.
And you're gonna get in trouble for that.
Okay.
The whole thing was recorded on the punchee's smart glasses and uploaded to his channel. The puncher got a 2-day suspension. Boxer Jared Miller's last match went viral for all the wrong reasons. After a series of punches to the face, his head flew back and his hairpiece ejected. It seemed he had recently visited his mom's house and used a bottle of shampoo that his mom had put bleach in instead. He lost all his hair just 2 days before the fight. Luckily, he had a good sense of humor and threw the toupee into the crowd, where Australian boxer Sky Nicholson tried it on. Finally, we have Pillow Hands, who in a fit of road rage punched this guy's window repeatedly, but did not break it. Although I'm pretty sure he broke his hand. The guy, whose license plate can clearly be seen, was tracked down by the cops, but more importantly, his sick beat was quickly used as percussion in a bunch of bangers. This one was my favorite.
I'm gonna write a song with this random guy hitting my window.
Punches! You should never punch an animal, unless it really deserves it. This is a video of pro surfer Mick Fanning at the J-Bay Open Final in South Africa, and here's where a great white shark grabbed his leash and he punched it in the nose. 13-year-old Ella Reed was attacked by a shark and it wouldn't leave her alone. He took a bite out of her stomach, but also her arm and fingers because she kept continuously punching it in the face. She now helps tag sharks. Paige Winter was attacked by 2 sharks and lost a leg. She would have died, but her dad kept punching the sharks till they let go. Other animals sometimes need a good punch as well. This woman jumped in after an alligator grabbed her dog and kept punching it in the eye until it let go.
And I just punched and punched and punched.
Happy Wade didn't do much punching, but he did throw a bobcat across his lawn after it attacked his wife. This dude in Canada wrestled with a bear and only survived because he punched him with a fistful of arrows.
Me?
Finally, we traveled down under to a tense standoff, a kangaroo holding a man's dog hostage. He slaps the shit out of it. The kangaroo's thinking, what the f*** just happened?